Calling ambulo luku. With whatever we do. No love with whatever we do. Alay demonyo school. Nyepamne ne kudukula. Nyepangiragala dena. Nyepamne ne kudukula. Ibu nongo nibetola. Ibu lokenda to nibetola.
Mingi Congo.
Lamin.
Na?
Lamin te jibe norin te nyamen Lamin. Wulo kono nyinta mo Lamin.
Pabilenki.
Muna ngata afangole.
Haina.
Ngata. Ngotole. Fabrama.
Mingi. Baba nyole.
Ngotole Fabrama.
Namu jumara kan kuma diten.
Fabrama.
Jumara mu.
Ndele bare muso.
Nunda mana. Jamani mbere. Jamani mbere.
Doko.
Jamani.
Bari ngoto man kontande.
Bari jamani fana na ramu man kontan.
Ngoto minaka ngalamin de fon filitala. Lamin jibe nori nyala.
Lamin ila siran sama ne benki. Yala so tol sayni no ko mo lokko momo.
Ngoto.
Nam.
Itedinte yalo ne Lamin hakilo diata bake karambugot. Anu santeng ministry ko di ngole si suko na amanke ko do holi de
si bitun
bagona de
ala ni ko kede namo balo
ala ni na ko na karta bulo be damna ala ni je
ngodo
nam
ngoto mon kontan fere
jamani mu ne keda
ifike Lamin ki wulo ko no nyinta mon ko do fete malo Lamin nyanta sila la be la moy kala karango
jamani karamol be soron ne ko fasita wulo ko nako
karambo wol ma soron ni ko karambo wol soron da amanke ko holiday lem ngodo dindi wojan sila la ala karango la moy yamen kaben fue man kontan anda mande
alla nyin kombo courant adanda la kombo len do la jankara mol le soron do kamen courant ma rado la kombo e don do fana na kara mol soron je kara mol soron Lamin ada lo nyino la amanta na so kon ala mu nekela
am Lamin ite fayde malon ko le sinol be ke kar radio to
nga fine
e ko nyadi
nga fine
ya mo
bi kabin kan tambita nteri maning Fatu
ha
tambite la sugal ala dinngol bebe siri be la koy ka
Fatu dan so am fana tambita jere ni subala la ngaje dinngol be jet talanta nen kili warol e be seri jelet
sa Lamin fadante ku kili wo ke no la ba Lamin bita ka wulo ko no nyin taymo Lamin
amanta fenda
ite dine ko ni man si yakari la suno la radio te balon na
mu ne ka ke afonde ba nyaara ni alon
telentel jikot
afonde ba mu de be ke
ite balon tel be jikirita ni man karambe ku yaje nata karana mbasa malaya ay tarije
par ñarande kombo courant ho findira kombo ide nara yede ni sonka bay ko Lamin manyata la wuro karamu so da fa ñembe be
ko to wole nati bawo ngalle ni Lamin kuntal kombo courant o ka fa me kombo courant asototal wala kinay ko e si suwo kono bari ni ko e si suwo kono ibe karangol di ke la radio lin telel to hani tele masoto to nyaay man tele soto la bongo bar radio be bulan ko batiri sanga ay si ayala mo
sa do kala nyaadi
ko ta ho bulay
abe ko kala nyaadi
kamun ke nyaadi
radio abe wala mo la mo falaje
ibe la karandirol kala jele
ti talle be radio men ka karande
il est subjecteur baby jele baby jele
wala nanga coco fa dan so wala ngombe tambi kana ngadi ningol je be ikadum bungo de ko kala
ma asototal de
Lamin mala be karawala de
bari laftalal ideal on ko inde every year second wala fourth
muna ni ko di ha konde ko folle sinila mba ndele sinilo ne ba
mba say mba foke en koto wole fango yen wulindi yalo famo keta bat yu fana bulata ko ko me yen nati jambi Lamin nyanta karana ntel be jiko be nyineka ya bulay kara wulo kono ta kilar ya bambalo yo be bulaje koto dindi ngoy si ayala le sino la moy radio
wala ga munda kara mo man soro Lamin nyanta kara si so na
radio la sino le ayala le sino
dal ko korno ko smalo
kilar ya
be ngala ko momo sa mi do ni kono kera
mengi bruzo
ndelo ko do la da ba rosa no radio ba no bari woro radio ni abe jele ba do ngado do man dembe buljan dala nyara nyar woro ko fendi mo la Lamin tayra ba rosa
bara te ku folo ajibe nori nya Lamin tamete ku
teku
bari ko do famo ke
imagine nani nyambol si zol le keje kisigi man si zol no le kafun ka nyoma bari nyambu kino ni manya na kafindi ni nambe ko zol la ga ni nambe ko zol la ga
ngalle limbeta de be nyambo do dilanna
nyara ni rin fennat nyara nata
bari famo ke da
ngata bungono tammi bungono nyara ngando ko fele ko ke e baru nganda ni pelo la ndija
iyo awa tar la
bungono bismillah bisu diara
pendulala ye fongo tanka sina dolu tanka koro ta koro
Good day, viewers and listeners, and welcome to another English lesson. I am Amika. In the last lesson, Mr. Lowe discussed with you the functions of nouns. I hope you enjoyed the lesson and that you can still remember the points. The functions of the nouns in sentences. What do they function as? Who can give me one example of a function of a noun? Modu? Yes, it functions as a complement of a verb. It can also function as a buba, complement of the subject. Nouns also function as appositives in some instances. Those are a few of the examples of functions of nouns. Today our lesson is on pronouns. That's our subject topic today. What is a pronoun? It is defined as a word or phrase that is used as a substitute for a noun or a noun phrase. A noun phrase is otherwise known as a noun's antecedent. In other words, pronouns are usually used to replace nouns. They are short words that can do everything that nouns can do, and they are the building blocks of a sentence. Pronouns are the building blocks of a sentence. Who can give me examples of pronouns, or the most common ones? The most common pronouns are Mariama, good, he, she, you, I, we, us, this, them, and that. Brilliant. That's good. These words she has just given are the most common pronouns. Why do we use pronouns? Without pronouns, we constantly have to repeat nouns, and that would make our speech and writing repetitive, not to mention cumbersome. Without pronouns, in this sentence, Fatu drinks a cup of coffee every evening. She likes to have it before dinner. Would be, if we have to say that sentence without using pronouns, it would have to read such as, Fatu drinks a cup of coffee every evening. Fatu likes to have the cup of coffee before dinner. You see how cumbersome the sentences look? Because we keep repeating the noun Fatu. Using pronouns helps the flow of sentences and makes them more interesting. In nearly all cases, a pronoun must follow an expression called an antecedent. Basically, an antecedent means that a pronoun can only be understood in the context of prior information about the noun. For instance, we use the pronoun she. If we use the pronoun she in a sentence, we will only be able to understand that if we know who she is. Thus, we must have used a noun, a feminine noun, before we use the pronoun she. Such as in our previous example where we said, Fatu drinks a cup of coffee every evening. If we have never mentioned Fatu or what she drinks, it would not have been clear when we said she drinks it every evening. The reader would be confused and would begin to wonder, who is she and what does she drink? Does she drink wine, water, or lemonade? But because we had said that Fatu drinks coffee every evening and she drinks it before dinner. So when we bring she and it, they are there to replace what? Fatu and coffee. I hope that is understood. Shall we proceed? Okay. Once Fatu has been mentioned, we would use the pronouns she and her later in the writing or in the speech in order to avoid repeating the pronoun or to stop repeating the pronoun Fatu and the possessive pronoun Fatus. Let's look at these sentences. This example. Fatu went to the restaurant for dinner with her friends. She was very hungry, but her friends would not stop chatting. Eventually, Fatu decided to take matters into her own hands, and she demanded that they should stop talking. Imagine if we had written this paragraph repeating Fatu or Fatus all along. It would have instead been read like this. Fatu went to the restaurant for dinner with Fatu's friends. Fatu was very hungry, but Fatu's friends would not stop talking. Eventually, Fatu decided to take matters into Fatu's own hands, and Fatu demanded that Fatu's friends should stop talking. Can you see the difference between the two paragraphs? The first one was much easier to understand, and the ideas flew naturally. The pronoun Fatu and the possessive pronouns Fatus, it makes the writing or the speech cumbersome. Then we proceed to what? Types of pronouns. Pronouns can be divided into numerous categories. One of them is personal pronouns. There are 3 types of personal pronouns, and these are first person pronoun, the second person pronoun, and the third person pronoun. What does the first person pronoun refer to? It refers to the person talking or speaking. There are 2 words only for this pronoun, and they are, who knows the 2 words that represent the first person pronoun? Who can help? Maimuna? Which ones are they? I and we. Very good. That's brilliant. I is singular, while we is plural. Examples of first person pronouns. Number 1, example 1, I am a student. Example 2, we are students. Example 3, I am a loyal soldier. Example 4, we are loyal soldiers. Good. I hope that is understood. The first sentence is I am a student. I am. 2, that is plural, we are. The same thing applies to the third and fourth examples as well. I singular and we is plural. The second person pronoun refers to the person being talked to or addressed. Here too, the pronoun has only 1 word, which is you. When we say 1 word you can either be singular or plural, depending on how it is used. Okay? It can be both singular and plural. Examples, you are a good boy. You are a good boy. That is singular. The second one, you are good boys. That is plural, because the inflex on S has been added to the noun boy, making it plural. The third example, you are a proficient teacher. That is singular. And the fourth one reads, you are proficient teachers. Again, it is plural, because the noun teacher has been pluralized. The third person pronoun refers to the person being talked about. This pronoun has 4 words. They are he, she, it, and they. He, she, it, and they. And in the examples we have, one reads, he lives in Kerewan. She lives in Kerewan. It lives in the bush. They live in Kerewan. Here, the first 3 examples refer to the singular pronoun. He, she, and it. And that is why they take the verb lives. Okay? The verb takes the inflex on S. That is the singular form of the verb. The fourth one, however, is a plural pronoun, they. And therefore, the verb leaves out the inflex on S and remains plural. They live in Kerewan. I hope that is understood. The next type of pronoun is the reflexive pronouns. Reflexive pronouns are used to refer to the subject or clause of a sentence. The subject or the clause of a sentence. Reflexive pronouns include myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, ourselves, yourselves, and themselves. Here we have examples of reflexive pronouns in the following sentences, and the reflexive pronouns are being colored red for identification. Example 1, count yourselves. This is a reflexive pronoun. It includes everybody. Annie only had herself to blame. That is also a reflexive pronoun. 3, Peter and Paul had baked themselves cakes. 4, I hurt myself. And the 5th one, we blame ourselves. We blame ourselves. These are all reflexive examples of sentences with reflexive pronouns. The next type of pronouns are the intensive pronouns. These are almost identical to reflexive pronouns, meaning they are very similar. They are almost difficult to differentiate. But the only difference is that they are referring back to the subject of the sentence. They work to reinforce the action. In many cases, the sentence would still make sense even without the intensive pronoun. Okay? Intensive pronouns are there just to reinforce the subject of the sentence. As we have in the following examples, I will do it myself. Even if I just say I will do it, it still makes sense. But myself is added to reinforce the subject I. We made this pie ourselves. The same thing. We made the pie can stand on its own and it could still denote sense. But ourselves is reflecting and reinforcing the subject we. A nation speaks for itself through elections. 4, they did the work themselves. And 5, I saw it myself. Note that intensive pronouns work to emphasize the statement. The sentence will still technically be correct even without the intensive pronouns. But the intensive pronoun adds more importance to the context of the meaning of the sentence. I hope that is understood. Mariama, do you understand? Very good. We proceed. The next type of pronouns are the demonstrative pronouns. These are used to point to something specific in a sentence. There are only 4 demonstrative pronouns, and these are this, that, these, and those. Their usage can be a bit tricky at times. Why? Because this and that are singular, whereas these and those are plural. Here we have some examples of demonstrative pronouns in sentences, and again we have colored the demonstrative pronouns for emphasis. I prefer this. Number 2, these are beautiful, but those belong to Danny. These are beautiful, but those belong to Danny. 3, did you see that? While it can be confusing, this, that, these, and those can sometimes be used as demonstrative adjectives. The difference between demonstrative pronouns and adjectives is that the pronouns replace the noun. Okay? A demonstrative pronoun replaces the noun, whereas a demonstrative adjective qualifies the noun. I prefer this. These are beautiful, but those belong to Danny. Those are demonstrative pronouns. They are taking the places of of nouns. I prefer this photo. These flowers are beautiful, but those vases belong to Danny. Did you see in the rainbow? It should be noted that these, and those in these examples are not pronouns because they are being used to qualify the noun. That is the last sentence. I prefer this photo. This is qualifying what? Photo. These flowers are beautiful. This here is qualifying flowers. Qualifying these flowers, qualifying beautiful. Those vases belong to Danny. Did you see in that rainbow? In all those examples, the words in red are not functioning as demonstrative pronouns, but demonstrative adjectives. A good trick to remember the difference is that a demonstrative pronoun would still make sense if the word one or once followed it in the sentence. Okay, another type of pronoun is possessive pronouns. These pronouns are used to show ownership. Possessive pronouns are used to show ownership, and they include mine, its, has, his, yours, ours, theirs, and whose. That cat is mine. It shows that the cat belongs to the speaker. That cat is mine. These bananas are yours, showing that the bananas belong to this person being spoken to. This money is ours, meaning that the money belongs to the people being spoken to, and the speaker him or herself is part of the group. So he or she uses us to indicate that she is part of it. Is the fault theirs or yours? Is the fault theirs or yours? The fault is for someone. It's either for theirs or yours. Theirs is plural here. And yours could also be plural or singular, depending. Interrogative pronouns. These introduce a question, and as such they are called interrogative pronouns. They include the words whom, who, whose, what, and which. They can usually be identified as an interrogative pronoun by the fact that they often appear at the beginning of a sentence. Interrogative pronouns usually come at the beginning of the sentence, and they ask questions, and that is why their name implies interrogative pronouns. 1. Who will come to the party? 2. Which do you prefer? Example 3. What do you need? Example 4. Whose clothes are on the floor? And the 5th example reads, whom did you tell? Whom did you tell? Then we come to the next one, which are reciprocal pronouns. These express mutual actions or relationship between people. Okay? There are just two. Only two reciprocal pronouns in English. One, another, and each other. They are mainly used to stop unnecessary repetition in a sentence or in a speech. But they also reinforce the idea that collective and reciprocal pronouns are happening to more than one person or thing. What is happening is happening between, not happening to only one person, but to him or her and to others as well. Okay? As we have in the examples here. John and Mary gave each other gifts. John did not only give a gift to Mary, nor did Mary only give a gift to John, but they gave each other. John gave to Mary, and then Mary gave to John. So John and Mary gave each other gifts. Using each other allows the sentence to be makes the sentence more efficient. Instead of saying, John gave Mary a gift and Mary gave John a gift, we could just say, as we previously mentioned, John and Mary gave each other gifts. The countries worked with each other for national security. Also, one another suggests that the action of working is being reciprocated back and forth by more than one country. Countries are working together. They could be two, they could be more than two, but they are working together. For what purpose? For national security, isn't it? So it is reciprocal. Also, we have these examples here. The boxers punch each other. In a boxing game, it is not one person that plays, but two, and they punch each other. That's how the game goes. The couple love one another deeply. Also, it is reciprocal here between a couple. Then the next one is the indefinite pronouns. Indefinite pronouns are also called universal. Universal means indefinite, okay? It is not specific. There are pronouns that do not specifically refer to a particular person or thing. These include all, each, another, any, everybody, nobody, anybody, everyone, none, somebody, anyone, no one, both, one, etc. And we have some examples here in these sentences that follow. Anybody who is given responsibility should do it. That is anybody. The responsibility could be given to anybody, and the person is expected to do it. Everyone is invited. No one is excluded. Everyone means all man included. Everyone is invited. No one accepts responsibility for burning the police station. Who will accept it? No one. That means we do not know who did it because no one accepts the responsibility. Summary. Pronouns are words used to replace nouns to avoid repetition of nouns. And the types are personal pronouns, reflexive pronouns, intensive pronouns, possessive pronouns, reciprocal pronouns, demonstrative pronouns, indefinite pronouns, and interrogative pronouns. These are the types we have discussed already. Here we have a class exercise. Underline the pronouns in the following sentences. 1. The two friends helped each other. 2. They saw the snake and killed it. 3. She placed her bag on the table. Go and bring it. 4. We have done our homework, so everybody can go home now. 5. They entered the room when nobody was there. 6. The baby cried a lot last night because it was sick. 7. Someone has volunteered and done the job. 8. I was in class while she was out. 9. Take yours and give them theirs. 10. Their father rewarded them with a handsome reward. Now, let's look at the exercise. Let's do the corrections together. Number 1 would be, the two friends help each other. The pronoun there is each other. They saw the snake and killed it. What are the pronouns in that sentence? They and it. She placed her bag on the table. Go and bring it. The pronouns here in that sentence are she, her, and it. 4. We have done our homework, so everybody can go home. We and everybody are the pronouns in sentence 4. Sentence 5, they entered the room when nobody was there. The pronouns there are they, nobody, and there. Sentence 6, the baby cried a lot last night because it was sick. It is the pronoun here, replacing baby. 7, someone has to volunteer and do the job. Someone has to volunteer and do the job. Someone is the pronoun here. I was in class while she was out. I and she are the pronouns in that sentence. Take yours and give them theirs. Yours and theirs are the pronouns in sentence 9. Sentence 10, their father rewarded them with a handsome reward. Their and them are the pronouns in sentence 10. Another class work. Choose the correct option to fill the gaps in the following sentences. 1. They saw their father coming. And the options here we have are his, their, and they. Which of these is the best pronoun to replace their, the best pronouns to match with father, to go with father? They saw, see, their father. 2, Fatu and Das are in the same class. Fatu and, who can answer that for us, please? Yes, Mahmoud? Fatu and I. Good. 3, the baby looks weak because Das is hungry. Who tried that? Yes, Isa too? It. Very good. The baby looks weak because it is hungry. Sentence 4. I sent Das, she will come soon. Who can give us that pronoun? The pronoun that replaces that fills the gap. Yes, Babukar? I sent her, she will come soon. Very good. Brilliant, Babukar. 5, we are coming. Please wait for. Who would do that? Who would try? Apply? Yes. Wait for us. Very good. We are coming. Please wait for us. That's very good. Brilliant. I like that. Let's look at the corrections. Okay. They saw their father coming. Fatu and I are in the same class. The baby looks weak because it is hungry. I sent her, she will soon come. That's the end of our lesson, but before we take leave of you, we want to give you an assignment which you would do to reinforce your understanding of the topic. And the assignment instructions reads as follows. That brings us to the end of our topic today, which was on pronouns. I do hope I have taken you through the lesson, that you understand everything that was discussed, and that you enjoyed the lesson. Until we come your way another time, continue viewing the lessons online, and please stay at home. Thank you.
You must have heard about a new viral disease called COVID-19, or most popularly, coronavirus. The World Health Organization has declared the coronavirus outbreak a pandemic. Here are some myths and facts about the coronavirus COVID-19.
Wow, Manduma Diga. Diga getting the coronavirus is a death sentence.
No, Lord Diga. According to a study by the Chinese Center for Disease Control on February 18, the virus has only killed about 2.3% of the people who have contracted it.
I'm afraid that's not true as well. Bro, hale, munna ko am?
Boy, they gonna swami COVID-19. You will know.
No. How would you know, my friend? COVID-19 causes a wide range of symptoms, which might resemble those of other respiratory illnesses. Plus, it takes about 14 days before the symptoms start showing, so it would be very hard to know if you had it.
Because I heard garlic can prevent it.
Garlic is good for you, but whether it prevents the disease or not hasn't been confirmed yet.
Bro, hey, Mas be mënul prevent from having the disease, okay? Bul na sa boba. But with that said, the mask should be worn by infected people so it can cover their coughs and sneezes. It can also be worn by people taking care of and coming in close proximity with someone who's infected.
We are safe in the Gambia because they gonna heat can kill the virus. They can be more the fatanga rek.
Sister, uyuma, ken hamangu ndax tangay bi dina rey virus bi wala dedet. Right now, it's too early to tell if the heat kills it because studies are just on the way. Lidar lañ aar suñ boba rek.
To keep the body in good health is a duty, and as Gambians, we know a healthy life is important to us as a country. Let us keep it that way. Please share this message with your friends and loved ones. May God continue to bless us.
Do not be scared. Just take care.
This message was brought to you by Spike Media and XT Expression.
si ñëw bi nga ñëw seet si suma tabax gi kontaan naa ci trop trop.
maa gën a kontaan bi ma ñëwee fekk sa tabax bi toll fii waaye nag man kontaanuma ci sama kër gi man.
lu xew.
ndax umpalewul woon ne ñoo bokkoon nekk Europe.
dëgg la
jamono yu ñu nekkee foofu yëpp man ak yow maa ngi am benn waay maa ngi ko yónnee xaalis bu bari pour mu sampal ma suma kër. te ba léegi tabax bi àggul fenn. te yow nga waxoon ma ne ma bi nga starté samp yàggul léegi nga toll fii foo jaar.